Alright guys, welcome back to the Death by Yapping channel. We're back for another yap sesh. Like I said in the last video, I really did want to keep this a little bit, a little bit consistent. We're not gonna just abandon the channel again. Hopefully,
Bruh.
But I don't know what I'm gonna call this. Schlack calls it inbox. I don't know what I'm gonna call my little thing I got going, but I need to come up with a name. If you guys got any suggestions, I'd love to see what they are. But basically, I'm gonna be answering a question from the last video. And speaking of the last video, thank you guys for the support you guys gave me on that video. I really didn't expect it to do as well as it did. I was, like I said in the video, I really didn't think people would care about it. I didn't think it was gonna get any views, let alone almost 300 now. Like, that's not as much as I get on the main channel, but for a second channel, that's insane. So I really did want to thank you guys. It really did give me a lot more confidence going into this video. Again, thank you guys a lot. I appreciate the support. But the question comes in from the homie Aquafinetrife. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry if I butchered that. But they ask, how long did it take you to find the thing you wanted to do on YouTube? He also says, I love your videos. Thank you. I really appreciate you leaving this question for me, first of all, and for watching my videos. I appreciate you. But that question is a weird question for me, because I view it like it's kind of like a subjective thing for me. I view it in two different ways. And the first way I view it is like how long it took me. Like, I'm looking at the question and I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, are you asking how long it took me to realize that I wanted to do gaming, or how long it took me to realize that I wanted to do YouTube in general? So I'm gonna split the question into two parts. And the first part is gonna be, how long it took me to realize that I wanted to do YouTube in general. Because YouTube is like one of those things that everybody wants to do, but not a lot of people find success in, And for me, YouTube was always that thing that I really wanted to do. Like, even as a kid, I remember growing up super poor, because I don't know if I've talked about that enough, but I grew up really poor. So I remember using my mom's really shitty, it was like a $20 laptop my uncle gave her that he didn't need anymore. It was really slow. Like, the thing was a piece of crap. Like, it was terrible laptop. But I remember whenever my mom wasn't using it, she would let me use it. And that's how I discovered, YouTubers like Vanoss and Corey Kenshin. And with Corey specifically, I remember I was a really, really old subscriber of his back before he had like 40,000 subs. He had like less than 40,000 subscribers. I was like 7 or 8 at the time. So I really did grow up with YouTubers like Vanoss and Corey. Like, I'm 19 now. I turned 19 literally 2 days ago. When I found Corey when I was like 8. So I've literally been watching these YouTubers for over half my life. So as far back as I can remember, YouTube was always that thing that was like, that's a dream job. Like, I gotta somehow incorporate this into my life, So with YouTube specifically, like, I've had other aspirations. Like, I remember as a kid, I really wanted to develop video games. I wanted to work with specifically Treyarch, because I remember my brother introduced me to games like World at War and Black Ops 1 super early on. I think I played World at War for the first time when I was like 6. So Call of Duty's always been that thing for me that, I remember super fondly as a kid. And I just remember I really wanted to work with Treyarch. Like, that was always like my goal. Like, I was going to grow up and then help them develop some future COD game. And whenever teachers at school would ask me like, oh, what do you want to do when you grow up? I would be like, I need to develop video games. But then, like I said, around like 7 or 8 years old, I started discovering this like online, you'd never heard of it before. Like, if somebody told you back then, like, oh, I do YouTube, you would call them weird. Like what the hell? What's a YouTuber, right? But once I started seeing that, like, YouTubers like Vanoss were like posting these hilarious videos all the time, by the way, for the amount of effort Vanoss puts into his videos, the upload schedule was crazy. Like, I don't even put as much effort into my videos as he did, and my upload schedule's trash, right? But, I see these YouTubers who are like starting to do it as a job, and I remember watching specifically Corey Kenshin upload a video about how he's dropping out of college to pursue YouTube full time, and that like really spoke to me. It was like, he's doing YouTube as a job. Like, that's a dream job. He gets to play video games and interact with the community. Like, that really changed my view of how I thought of YouTube. Because originally, it was just something to watch. You watch TV, but that doesn't mean you want to be an actor, right? So for me, that was like the shifting point. I was like, dude, that is what I have to do. Like, that is my calling. So like I said, as far back as I can remember, YouTube has always been that thing I needed to do. But I'm going to answer part 2 of the question. Like I said, it really was split into two parts for me. Like, when did I want to start doing YouTube, and how long it took me to realize that, like, this sort of content that I'm doing was the content I had to do. And like, this part of the question is going to be a little weird for me, because like I said, I grew up watching Vanoss. So that sort of content really resonated with me. I really liked it. But what ended up happening is when I started YouTube originally, all those years ago, I know it sounds crazy. I've been doing YouTube for 4 years, and that still feels so like, you know, surreal to me. But all those years ago, it was 2020, or 2021 actually, in January. The pandemic had literally just like started, like lockdown just started. And I was like, you know, I got time. I can teach myself to edit. I still remember it like it was yesterday, dude. It was like, I'm not even joking. It was like 4 a.m. and I remember waking my mom up. I went to her room. She was like fast asleep. I went and like I shook her and I was like, Mom, I need $60. Like I need $60 right now. And she's like, what do you need it for? And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I straight up lied to my mom because I knew she wouldn't give me the $60 if I told her what it was for. Like, Mom, I need $60. I need to make videos on YouTube. She's definitely gonna say no. So basically what I ended up doing was I woke my mom up. It was like 4 a.m. and I told her, I was like, holy crap, you know, we're gonna start doing school online. I need this editor to do my homework. Like, I need it. So she gives me $60, and I went onto the Filmora website. Filmora, like the editor, you know, the one that sponsors Moist Critical. I went on there and I bought their app. I bought their editor. Because initially I really wanted to work with Premiere, but then I saw their crazy prices and I could not afford that at the time. So I bought Filmora, and that was my first editor. And then from there, I started to post videos. Like, it feels kind of crazy thinking back on it now. But yeah, but the thing is, how does Vanoss tie into all of this? It's like, I really wanted to do group content, but that led to like a really unhealthy relationship between me and my friends. Because if you look back really far back on my YouTube channel, like to the first videos, like the first 10, 15 videos, right? They are all with people. Like, none of them are really alone. Like, I have a couple of them, but for the most part, the entire channel was like with friends, right? And this really gave me a bad sort of, it was like a kind of unhealthy way of thinking about my friends, right? I thought of them more as ways to do content rather than, you know, as my homies, like my friends. Like, I still talk to these people to this day. Like, and I remember just being so upset with them whenever they weren't able to hop on and record and stuff because I was too unconfident to record by myself. If you go back and you look at those old videos, they're bad. Like, my commentary is worse than it is now, and I always talk about how I'm super uncomfortable and awkward. But yeah, so that's around 2021, and I just remember my upload schedule back then was horrible. I posted like 2 videos a month. They were terrible videos, low effort quality, like the quality was trash. Commentary was horrible. The gameplay was worse somehow. And the upload schedule was by far the worst thing, right? But the reason behind that upload schedule being so bad was because, like I said, I would try and get my friends on as much as possible. And it really led me to start like relying on them a little bit too much. It gave me like this unhealthy, like, I need to get my friends online or else people won't want to watch my content, right? Like, it had to be a carbon copy of Vanoss. Like, there was no originality in my old content. It had to be Vanoss. And I just remember at some point I had to stop using my friends for content. Like, it felt messed up to me to rely on them this much. Because I would legitimately get mad when my friends weren't able to get on because it meant that I would have to go like another week without posting. And by the way, these videos back then got like 6 views. Like, I was really getting mad over nothing. But I just remember, eventually, I said, I think I'll put it on the screen, because I think I remember exactly what video my mentality about, like, group recording changed. But I just remember one day I was like, I have to rip this Band-Aid off. It was like you know what I just realized? Epiphany right here. Like, I'm just having, like, this moment, like, just this urethra moment, right? It's like what happened last video, where I just ripped the Band-Aid off. I was like, dude, I have to get good at this. Like, I've wanted to do this for so long. I have to get good at this, right? At some point, I just said, screw it. These videos are going to be terrible for a little bit, but then they'll get good, right? That's what ended up happening. My videos started out terrible. Like, if you go to my main channel and you look at the videos, they are unwatchable. But then as you keep watching, they start to improve and improve. And that's kind of what's going on with this channel. It's like I'm repeating history. Like, history repeats itself. But to answer the question, I know I've been rambling a lot. I kind of got lost in the sauce with that flashback, if you know what I'm saying. To answer your question, it took me like 3 years. Like, literally, like, almost 3 years. 2.5 years almost to figure out what I really wanted to do on YouTube. Like, on YouTube, I was really lost, really, for like the first 2.5 years of my career. And career in quotations, by the way. I think in my first 2 years of YouTube, I had like less than 40,000 views on my entire account. I had like less than 1,000 subs. I want to make it known right now. Like, I want to throw this out there. I hit 1,000 subscribers on my main channel this year. Literally in like February, I hit 1,000 subscribers. Oh, wait, no. I think I'm lying to you. Hold on. Wait, I might be an idiot. For those who watch my main channel, on the first ever Subnautica video that I posted, that was when I hit 1,000 subs. So, whenever that was. But yeah, like, I was really, like, I know it seems now like I know what I'm doing, but it really, like, it's starting to sink in right now. I really was lost on YouTube for so long. It really took me like 3 years almost to figure out what I wanted to do, which is kind of insane to me because a lot of people go into YouTube knowing what they want to do, like, oh, I'm gonna make this type of content. Like they have some sort of like inspiration. Like maybe they saw Tommy and It's Minecraft or something and they were like, I have to do something with Minecraft. Or they saw like Corey Kenshin and they're like, I'm gonna do these horror games. My channel has fluctuated with so many different styles, so many different inspirations so rapidly that it's kind of insane that I even stuck to one thing. I went through that whole like not being able to figure out what I wanted to do phase, but hopefully someday some other YouTuber who really wants to get a start on YouTube looks at my channel and like they see all the mistakes and stuff that I made and they can learn from, you know, my failures, you know, those first few videos that are terrible, and they can grow their channel a lot more effectively because of it. But hopefully that answers your question. I'm still trying to get better at this whole commentary thing, so if I rambled on a little bit, I'm sorry. You know, it'll only get better with time. Like I said, you know, y'all gotta bear with me. But you know, hopefully, like I said, hopefully that answered your question. And if you guys got any more questions for me, or maybe you're seeking some advice, if you guys have any questions about starting your own channels or anything like that, I'll be completely happy to answer those questions. Or if you just need advice on anything, I'm happy to give you my 2 cents. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.